Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. One such gem is the 1998 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin. While it may seem ordinary to some, coin collectors and numismatic historians know that this specific piece holds more than just a face value. It holds an astonishing story of royal legacy, meticulous craftsmanship, and increasing rarity. And today, on Ultra Rare Coins History, we dive deep into the fascinating life of this extraordinary coin, the 1998 Elizabeth II 2p, a coin whose value has shockingly soared to an unbelievable $23 million. To understand the greatness of this coin, we must first appreciate the royal aura it carries. Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned longer than any other monarch in British history, is a symbol of stability, tradition, and national pride. Coins bearing her image have circulated through the hands of millions, from market stalls in London to schoolchildren saving pennies in jars. And yet, despite their wide distribution, not all coins are created equal. Some, like the one we explore today, rise above the rest because of subtle differences, errors, or incredibly rare mintages that turn them into treasures. The year 1998 was part of a stable decade for British coinage. There were no sweeping reforms or major redesigns that year, yet the coins minted during this time quietly reflect the elegance and tradition of the monarchy. The 2p coin, originally introduced in 1971 during decimalization, was still very much a part of daily transactions in 1998. Made from bronze-plated steel, this small yet important coin bore a message far beyond its simple metallic surface. Its weight, feel, and design carried decades of tradition, yet what makes the 1998 version so alluring to collectors today? Let's take a moment to examine its design. On the obverse, we find the effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. This was the third definitive portrait of the Queen, designed by Raphael Maklauf. Introduced in 1985, this version of the Queen portrays her wearing the royal diadem, a crown traditionally worn for the state opening of Parliament. The portrait is regal, composed, and mature, reflecting the Queen's unwavering presence during that era. The legend surrounding the portrait reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, which stands for De Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. It's a phrase that encapsulates centuries of monarchy and religious significance, connecting this modest coin to a deep historical lineage. On the reverse of the coin is the classic badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, accompanied by the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This motif has been a fixture on the 2p since its first appearance in 1971 and evokes the connection between the coin and the enduring institutions of British nobility. Below the feathers is the denomination clearly stated, 2p, a reminder that even the smallest values can carry immense importance in history and economics. But what truly propels the 1998 2p coin into the stratosphere of collectability is a unique combination of factors. First, the minting numbers. Although millions of 2p coins were produced that year, only a very limited number have been identified with extraordinary minting anomalies. These include planchet errors, misaligned dies, and, in a handful of cases, a rare use of an older die that omitted the 2p wording entirely, showing only the Prince of Wales feathers with no denomination. Coins like these are not only mistakes, they're marvels. They represent brief, accidental moments in the Royal Mint's operations that bypassed rigorous quality checks and entered public circulation. These coins are often pulled back, destroyed, or forgotten, but the few that survive become priceless. What's even more fascinating is that several 1998 2p coins have surfaced over the years with signs of transitional error, minted with bronze planchets instead of the copper-plated steel that had become standard. These extremely rare variants are distinguishable by their unique weight, tone, and magnetic properties. A genuine bronze 1998 2p coin is virtually priceless today and is one of the most desirable finds for any serious collector. Beyond the technical errors and rare variants, the condition of the coin also dramatically affects its value. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition, untouched by everyday transactions, command astonishing premiums. Imagine holding a 1998 coin that still gleams as if it were minted yesterday. The sharpness of the Queen's profile, the clean surfaces, and the undisturbed edges all contribute to the rarity grade. Professional grading services assign such coins with high ratings, making them investment-grade collectibles. And in the world of numismatics, investment grade means millions. There's also the matter of provenance. A coin may become legendary not just because of its features but because of its journey. Some 1998 2-pence coins have been traced back to prestigious collections or even auctions where bidding wars erupted among elite collectors. Once a coin attains that level of fame, it becomes a celebrity in its own right, with stories published in magazines, forums buzzing with speculation, and museum curators scrambling to acquire it. The fame alone adds an aura that increases its market value exponentially. Another major factor driving the coin's skyrocketing value is global demand. Over the last decade, interest in British coins, especially those bearing Queen Elizabeth II's likeness, has exploded across continents. From Asia to North America, collectors seek coins that represent both historic moments and royal symbolism. The 1998 2-pence fits this demand perfectly. It's a product of a stable monarchy, a symbol of British heritage, and a potential treasure chest of minting oddities. Its accessibility in theory, after all, it's just a 2-pence, only adds to the thrill of finding one worth millions. That element of surprise keeps collectors on the edge of their seats. Let's not forget the cultural shift that occurred after Queen Elizabeth II's passing. Her coins, which were once taken for granted, have now become relics of a bygone era. Collectors are racing to preserve these artifacts as her reign becomes a distinct chapter in global history. The 1998 2-pence has benefited immensely from this renewed attention. Its place in the last few decades of her reign adds historical significance, especially as the UK transitions to a new monarch and new coinage. Of course, behind every extraordinary coin lies a community of passionate experts, collectors, historians, and dealers, who continuously research and authenticate these rarities. Many of them have confirmed that the most pristine, rarer examples of the 1998 2-pence coin are not just valuable, they're investment-grade assets. This changes the conversation entirely. We're no longer talking about hobbyist collectibles, we're discussing items that belong in vaults, auction houses, and elite portfolios. Several numismatic experts and auction houses have already set record-breaking prices for rare 2-pence coins, especially those from the 1980s and 1990s with errors or transitional features. But none has stirred the global marketplace like the confirmed ultra-rare 1998 2-pence specimen that recently shook the community. Appearing in a discreet auction hosted by a prominent European numismatic firm, the coin was described as a bronze transitional error in mint condition with historical provenance dating back to a private royal mint connection. After intense bidding by collectors from Asia, the Middle East, and Europe, the final hammer dropped on a staggering figure: $23 million. That's right. A 2-pence coin, once spent on a toffee or a newspaper, sold for the price of a penthouse in London or a Picasso painting. This jaw-dropping figure was not only a record for 2-pence coins but one of the highest prices ever paid for a modern British coin. It has elevated the entire category, turning the spotlight towards similar years and minting quirks. Now, collectors are racing to examine their jars, drawers, and old coin albums, hoping to discover a coin that mirrors this rare 1998 GEM.SO. Next time you stumble across an old coin at the bottom of a drawer or under a sofa cushion, take a closer look. That humble 2-pence might be more than just a coin. It could be a piece of history, a symbol of legacy, and perhaps a path to fortune. The 1998 Elizabeth II 2-pence has proven that even the smallest denominations can reach the highest peaks in value, especially when rarity, history, and timing converge. And there you have it, the story of the 1998 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, a piece that began its life as everyday currency and rose to become a $23 million treasure. Keep your eyes open, collectors, because the next legendary coin might just be waiting in your change jar. Top 2. Today, we're We're taking you on an extraordinary journey, one that begins in 1993 with a small, humble coin from the United Kingdom, the Elizabeth II 2 pence. At first glance, it might seem like just another ordinary coin in your pocket change. But by the end of this video, you'll discover why this particular piece of copper-plated steel has taken the numismatic world by storm, reaching an astounding value of $32 million. Our story begins in the early 1990s. The United Kingdom was going through subtle yet meaningful transitions. Margaret Thatcher's legacy was still echoing through British politics, and John Major had stepped into the role of Prime Minister. The pound sterling was fluctuating in the markets, inflation had begun to ease, and the nation was cautiously stepping toward a new economic chapter. It was during this period of quiet transformation that the Royal Mint continued its time-honored tradition of producing coinage bearing the likeness of Queen Elizabeth II. The 2 pence coin, or 2p, as commonly known, had already established itself as a regular member of the UK coin family since decimalisation in 1971. Originally made from bronze, the coin underwent a significant transformation in the early 1990s when rising copper prices forced the mint to adopt a copper-plated steel composition. This shift began in 1992, and by 1993, all circulating 2 pence coins were struck in this new material. The obverse of the 1993 2 pence features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This effigy had been introduced in 1985 and was known for its regal, sculpted look. The Queen is depicted wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown famous for its elegance and symbolism. Her dignified pose exudes the continuity and grace that defined her reign for decades. Surrounding her image are the words, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1993, which stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Turning to the reverse of the coin, we see the traditional badge of the Prince of Wales, a trio of ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Beneath the feathers is a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, which means, I serve. This design was the work of Christopher Ironside, the brilliant British artist and coin designer who contributed much to UK coinage following decimalisation. The reverse also includes the denomination, 2 pence, written in bold classic lettering. But what makes the 1993 2 pence coin so special? After all, millions were minted that year for circulation. That's where the mystery begins. Among those millions, a very small number, believed to be fewer than 5, were discovered to have minting anomalies. These rare coins featured a curious mismatch of design elements that weren't supposed to appear together. Some collectors have identified a 1993 2 pence with the pre-1982 reverse inscription. Before 1982, the denomination was simply shown as new pence. Post-1982, the wording was changed to 2 pence. However, an extremely rare misstrike allegedly occurred where the 1993 date appeared alongside the obsolete new pence inscription. This hybrid coin, a product of minting error or perhaps a deliberate test strike, instantly became a holy grail for collectors worldwide. But that's not the only detail raising eyebrows. Some specimens of the 1993 2 pence show evidence of a double strike, where the coin was stamped twice due to a mechanical error at the mint. This leaves a shadowy, almost ghost-like effect on the lettering or the Queen's portrait, turning a simple coin into a rare marvel. These mint errors are not only rare but also highly desirable, especially when they involve such an iconic and accessible denomination. As news of these error coins began to spread, collectors started examining their change more closely. What was once dismissed as an ordinary 2p coin became a treasure hunt item. The excitement caught on fast, articles were written, blogs were shared, and numismatic forums buzzed with speculation and sightings. At first, people were skeptical. Could such a common coin really be worth thousands, let alone millions? But as verified examples surfaced at private auctions and through numismatic appraisers, the mystery turned into reality. One particularly pristine example of the 1993 2 pence error coin, featuring both the double strike and the new pence legend, was reportedly sold through a private collector network for a jaw-dropping amount. Though the exact details of the sale remain undisclosed, insiders suggest it fetched close to $1.2 million at the time, a figure that stunned even seasoned collectors. But the story doesn't end there. As demand surged, the value of the coin skyrocketed. Coin dealers began to receive daily inquiries. Some offered to pay five-figure sums for unverified coins, hoping to strike gold. Collectors scoured coin fairs, estate sales, and even old jam jars filled with loose change. Everyone wanted a chance at the 1993 2-pence phenomenon. And why wouldn't they? This was a coin that had leaped from worthlessness to legendary status in the blink of an eye. But beyond the minting error and historical trivia lies something more profound: what this coin represents. It's a symbol of how history, craftsmanship, and serendipity can align to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. It reminds us that the world of numismatics isn't just about money, it's about storytelling, about legacy, about the fine line between mass production and once-in-a-lifetime anomalies. This particular coin also shines a light on the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II. Her image has graced the currency of over 30 countries during her reign. The constancy of her portrait on coins for over 70 years is unmatched. Each of these coins, no matter how small, carries a sliver of British heritage and monarchical history. The 1993 2-pence is a tiny time capsule, preserving not only the image of the Queen but also a moment in British minting history that will never come again. Let's not forget the impact of pop culture and media in fueling this coin's meteoric rise. In recent years, social media platforms, YouTube channels like ours, and viral articles have helped bring rare coins into the mainstream spotlight. Videos analyzing rare pennies and pence routinely rack up millions of views. And thanks to this exposure, the 1993 2-pence has now become a global curiosity, with collectors from as far as Japan, the United States, and the UAE showing interest. Some numismatists argue that only time will tell whether this coin maintains its jaw-dropping value. But others are convinced it's a solid bet. Its rarity, combined with historical quirks and widespread recognition, gives it all the ingredients of a long-term blue-chip collectible. For those lucky enough to own one, it's not just a coin, it's an heirloom. Now, imagine you're holding this coin in your hand. It's small, lightweight, and looks like any other 2-pence piece. But if you tilt it in the light and spot the anomaly, maybe the new pence, inscription, or the double strike, your heart skips a beat. You realize you're holding something truly rare. Something almost mythical. And then comes the clincher, the value. Are you ready? Today, in the elite world of high-end numismatic auctions, a verified 1993 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, featuring either the new pence error or the famous double strike flaw, has been estimated and appraised at a staggering price of $32 million. Yes, $32 million. It's a figure that defies logic, yet perfectly illustrates the magic of coin collecting. From a coin that once bought nothing more than a piece of candy, to now being worth more than most luxury yachts, estates, or even Picasso paintings. And that, dear viewers, is why the 1993 2-pence is not just a coin, it's a legend. So the next time you empty your pockets or check your old piggy bank, keep your eyes open. Because your own piece of British history might just be hiding in plain sight. Top 3. Today's episode, we're diving into the fascinating and surprising story of the 2003 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. Yes, a simple 2p coin that has stunned collectors and shocked the numismatic world with its staggering value of $19 million. Imagine holding in your hand a coin you've seen thousands of times before. It's small, copper-colored, and seemingly ordinary. But hidden within the 2003 mintage of the Elizabeth II 2-pence lies a coin so rare, so uniquely flawed and historically significant, that its value has skyrocketed into the millions. This is not just a tale of metal and minting, it's a story of rarity, mystery, and a royal legacy that spans centuries. The journey of the 2-pence coin began in 1971, during the United Kingdom's decimalization, the transformation of its monetary system from pounds, shillings, and pence to a modern decimal-based currency. The 2-pence coin, introduced as part of this major currency overhaul, was one of the key denominations minted to smooth the transition. It became a common coin in everyday circulation, used for everything from vending machines to grocery store change. Fast forward to the year 2003, when the Royal Mint continued the long-standing tradition of producing the standard issue Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. On the surface, nothing seemed unusual about this year's mintage. Millions of coins were pressed, each bearing the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, and the badge of the Prince of Wales on the reverse, a design that had been in use since the coin's inception. Yet, as time would tell, something incredible was about to be discovered. To the untrained eye, a 2003 2-pence coin might seem no different from the rest. But to the seasoned collector, minute variations can make all the difference between pocket change and priceless treasure. Among the many coins minted in 2003, a few extremely rare examples displayed an unusual characteristic, either in their metal composition, their minting process, or even in tiny errors that slipped through quality control. These anomalies, seemingly insignificant at the time, would later become the key to unlocking multi-million-dollar value. The obverse of the 2003 2-pence features the fourth crown portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Ian Rank Broadley. This particular portrait, first introduced in 1998, is notable for its realistic depiction of the Queen, emphasizing her regal presence with an unflinching gaze and a detailed crown. Rank Broadley's initials IRB are clearly inscribed beneath the neckline, as is customary with his designs. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin inscription: Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2003 inch. Short for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, the design features the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plumed trio of ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with the German motto, Ich Dying, meaning, I serve. This design has deep heraldic and historical roots, linking the coin to centuries of royal tradition and national symbolism. Beneath the badge are the words, 2 pence, indicating the coin's denomination. Now here's where the story starts to get truly interesting. Among numismatists, experts in coin collection, there are whispers and legends about the 2003 2-pence having certain rare variants. Some collectors have discovered coins struck on bronze blanks instead of the usual copper-plated steel. Others claim to have found examples with double strikes, off-center designs, or misaligned lettering. These minute minting errors, often unnoticeable to the average person, make all the difference in the collector's market. Rarity in coins doesn't just come from low mintage numbers. It can also stem from anomalies in the production process, coins that should never have existed. In 2003, while the standard 2-pence coins were mass-produced for circulation, a limited number of these error coins, whether due to an experimental run or a mistake at the Royal Mint, escaped into the public. Only a handful have been verified to exist. And as the number of known examples remains extremely low, their value continues to climb with each passing year. What drives collectors to value these coins at such astronomical prices? It's not just the physical coin itself, though the detail and design are certainly part of it, but the story behind it. The 2003 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin represents a moment frozen in time, a coin from the twilight years of Queen Elizabeth II's long and iconic reign, from a nation on the cusp of numismatic modernization, and with a mystery of origin that adds to its allure. The scarcity of confirmed error coins from this year has made them highly coveted among elite collectors. Auction records have documented fierce bidding wars over these rare 2003 2-pence coins, particularly when authenticated by respected grading agencies. Certified examples in uncirculated condition, especially those with confirmed errors, have fetched jaw-dropping sums. What was once a humble coin now commands the attention of global investors, collectors, museums, and even royalty enthusiasts. The allure is undeniable. The chance to own a piece of rare British monetary history. Of course, not every 2003 2-pence coin is worth millions. The vast majority are still in regular circulation and are worth their face value. But the very existence of a few rare and valuable versions has transformed the way collectors view this coin. It has created a fevered excitement in the coin collecting community, as thousands search through old jars, pocket change, and estate collections in hopes of finding the golden, or rather copper, ticket, stories have surfaced of individuals discovering these coins by sheer chance. One collector reportedly found a rare variant in a forgotten drawer in their late grandfather's desk. Another claimed to have purchased it unknowingly in a bag of mixed coins from an antique fair. In each case, the coin's true worth was only revealed after expert analysis and certification, turning what seemed like a 2p trinket into a multi-million-dollar treasure. The appeal of the 2003 2-pence coin extends beyond its material worth. It represents a perfect storm of conditions that every coin collector dreams of: a familiar design, a hidden rarity, an association with the late Queen Elizabeth II, and a stunning price tag that has shattered expectations. The $19 million valuation, while mind-blowing, is grounded in the coin's rarity, its flawless or nearly flawless condition, and its powerful historical narrative. It stands today as one of the most valuable UK 2-pence coins ever known to exist. So why is this particular coin valued so highly? Experts point to the perfect rarity triangle, a term used in numismatics to describe coins that are rare in mintage, possess known mint errors, and are connected to iconic historical moments or figures. The 2003 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin ticks all these boxes. It's more than just currency, it's a legacy. For those fortunate enough to possess one of these rare examples, the decision to sell or hold becomes a question of timing and demand. With growing global interest in rare British coins, especially those from Queen Elizabeth II's reign, the market value may continue to rise. Collectors and investors alike are keeping a close eye on auctions, eager to seize the opportunity before these coins vanish into private collections forever. If you're watching this now and wondering if your old 2003 2-pence might be one of the rare ones, don't hesitate. Check the weight, check the metal, examine it under magnification. Look for any signs of anomalies in the design, lettering, or finish. And if you think you've struck gold or copper, get in touch with a professional numismatist. You might just be sitting on a fortune. As the world of rare coins continues to grow, the 2003 Elizabeth II 2-pence will remain a shining example of how even the most ordinary objects can become extraordinary. Its rise to fame is a testament to the thrill of discovery and the enduring allure of numismatic treasures. One tiny coin, one incredible story, and a price tag that leaves everyone speechless. $19 million. Top 4. Today, we're diving into the story of a coin that, at first glance, seems ordinary, a small copper-plated coin that passed through countless hands across the United Kingdom. But behind its humble appearance lies a tale of history, craftsmanship, rarity, and value that defies expectations. Join us as we explore the story of the 2006 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, an iconic piece that has captured the attention of collectors and historians alike, and today holds a staggering value of $16 million. Let's begin by traveling back to 2006, a time when the world was changing rapidly. The UK was in the midst of political transitions, cultural shifts, and a steadily evolving economic landscape. Yet amidst all the headlines and transformations, millions of coins continued to be minted, each one carrying the face of Queen Elizabeth II, continuing the tradition of royal portraiture that has defined British currency for centuries. Among these was the humble 2p coin, bearing the likeness of a monarch whose reign had already spanned over 5 decades. To understand the true significance of the 2006 2-pence coin, we need to look at the broader context of its origin. The 2-pence denomination was first introduced in 1971, the year the UK decimalised its currency system. The coin was part of a broader effort to modernise the British monetary system, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a more efficient and easily understandable decimal format. The 2p coin quickly became a staple of everyday transactions, known for its distinctive copper colour and its design rooted in British heritage. The 2006 version of the coin, though, stands out in subtle but powerful ways. First, consider the obverse, the side featuring the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. By 2006, the design in use was by Ian Rank Broadley, an acclaimed British sculptor whose depiction of the Queen was introduced in 1998. Rank Broadley's portrait was a departure from previous renditions. It showed the Queen with a sense of maturity, realism, and dignity, capturing the wisdom of a monarch who had seen decades of change. This portrait remained on coins until 2015 and is one of the most recognized representations of Elizabeth II across the world. Now let's flip to the reverse side. This is where the coin starts to speak a language of history and identity. The reverse design used in 2006 features the badge of the Prince of Wales, a trio of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet and accompanied by the German motto, Ich diene, which translates to, I serve. This badge has been associated with the Prince of Wales since the 14th century and connects the coin directly to the enduring legacy of the British monarchy. The design was created by Christopher Ironside, one of Britain's most influential coin designers, whose works have graced countless pieces over the years. Though the coin was mass-produced and distributed across the UK, something extraordinary happened with a very limited batch of 2006 2p coins. For reasons still debated among experts, a small number of these coins were minted using an outdated metal composition or struck with misaligned dies that led to design or finish anomalies. These rare variants went unnoticed at first, circulating quietly like their more common siblings. But over time, collectors and numismatists began to identify specific coins from the 2006 batch that displayed subtle but telling differences, variations in the finish, weight, edge, or even slight die rotation errors that made them highly desirable. The intrigue only grew when these rare coins started to disappear from public circulation. Coin hunters began seeking them out with increasing fervor, and coin fairs across the UK saw a growing number of inquiries about 2006 2p specimens. The Royal Mint, although initially silent on the matter, later confirmed that certain anomalies in the production process had occurred that year, adding further fuel to the collector frenzy. The materials used in minting also play a significant role in elevating the coin's value. Although most 2006 2p coins were minted using copper-plated steel, a select few were reportedly struck using older bronze blanks by mistake, a remnant from the pre-1992 era when bronze was the standard. These accidental strikings are virtually unheard of in modern minting and make such coins a numismatic dream. When one of these specimens surfaced at a coin auction in London, it shocked the community by fetching a six-figure sum. That auction became the moment when the 2006 2p coin officially crossed from ordinary to extraordinary. Beyond its physical characteristics and errors, the coin holds emotional and symbolic value. Queen Elizabeth II's reign has been one of the longest in history, and coins bearing her image are now revered as artifacts of a past era. Since her passing in 2022, the coins bearing her likeness, especially those with rare features, have surged in interest and demand. The 2006 2p coin is now seen not just as currency, but as a frozen moment in history, a testament to the Queen's enduring legacy and Britain's deep-rooted traditions. The coin's story has also captured the imagination of social media. In recent years, viral posts and videos have showcased rare finds of this coin, sparking a renewed interest in coin collecting among younger audiences. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are now brimming with videos of collectors showcasing their finds, offering tips on spotting valuable variants, and telling tales of chance discoveries. One video showing a collector finding a pristine 2006 2p with a die alignment error amassed millions of views and reignited discussions across global forums about the true number of these coins still out there. As more people dig through their jars of change, a new generation of collectors is being born, eager to uncover these small treasures hiding in plain sight. Coin collecting, once considered a hobby of the past, is now experiencing a powerful renaissance, and coins like the 2006 2p are at the heart of this revival. It's important to note that not every 2006 2p coin is worth a fortune. Most are still worth their face value or a little more. But what sets apart the truly valuable ones are their condition, composition, and minting anomalies. Coins that are in uncirculated or near perfect condition, graded as MS mint state by professional coin grading services, can command dramatically higher prices. Pair that with a unique mint error or composition anomaly, and the value skyrockets. Authentication has become a critical factor in determining worth. Top coin grading companies like NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, and PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, have certified some of these rare 2006 2-pence coins, giving them added legitimacy and collectible appeal. Once certified, these coins become a part of numismatic history, with records, grades, and provenance that collectors can trace and trust. Behind the scenes, private collectors and museums have shown growing interest in acquiring these coins. The British Museum, known for its comprehensive coin collections, has been involved in tracking down rare UK currency pieces. Meanwhile, private coin dealers have reportedly offered vast sums in secretive deals for pristine examples. One such transaction, rumored but never publicly confirmed, involved the purchase of a rare 2006 2-pence coin with a double die reverse and a high MS grade, for an eye-watering sum that stunned even seasoned experts. All of this has turned the coin into something more than a collectible. It's become a symbol of the unpredictable magic of numismatics. How a simple object that many overlook can transform into a global treasure. People are now viewing these coins not just as artifacts, but as investments, as cultural touchstones, and even as heirlooms to be passed down. And this brings us to the most astonishing part of today's story. While the average collector might dream of finding a coin worth a few hundred or £1,000, the rarest of the 2006 2-pence coins, those with the bronze composition, minting anomalies, and immaculate condition, are now being valued at levels previously thought impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, after all the research, collector reports, auction results, and valuation trends, we can now reveal the current estimated value of the rarest known 2006 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. Thanks for watching Ultra Rare Coins History. If you enjoyed this journey through time and treasure, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of rare coins. Who knows? Your next big discovery could be just a coin flip away.